Hey, crypto family. So I have a couple good news articles I want to talk about today, but first, let's quickly look over the market. So Bitcoin seems to be seeming relatively stable around that 5750 mark. It's up 1.5% today. And then a lot of the altcoins now kind of have that inverse correlation. Some are down, some are up. So really not too much correlated with Bitcoin, which I see as a good thing. Ethereum's down 0.34% to $161. Bitcoin Cash has actually been performing good, up 4.6% to $294. I know a couple people on Twitter really like Bitcoin Cash because they see it has a lot of room to run versus Bitcoin. So whether you agree with that or not, it's your opinion. But there's a couple other altcoins. One of them being Cosmos. It's down 5%. And this was one I was talking about. It was recently listed on CoinMarketCap, and it was having a nice run, but now it's having a strong pullback. And just something to keep in mind with any new altcoins, make sure you always take profit. At least my plan is always, take half profit once you have a strong rise. That way you still have some altcoin, you still have some money invested, but then if you want to buy more on the dip, you can as well. So again, not investment advice, but something that's worked for me. So looking at Bitcoin right now, we can see again, it's staying between that 5,500 support to 5,800 resistance. So this 5,800 resistance I was talking about is going to be strong resistance because it bounced off this a couple times when we were above that level and last year as well. And then also, if we scroll back, you can see 6,000 is strong resistance as well, because it bounced off 3 times before we officially cracked it, and then climbed all the way, or fell all the way down to that 3,100 level. So right now, I'm looking to hold this 5,500 support and then continue to climb upwards. Now, the RSI is a little overbought now, so again, we may have some more pullback. But the big thing is just to hold this 5,500 support. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see, climbed a lot, and then it had a small pullback, climbed, had a larger pullback, and then climbed, and is having another pullback. So it's kind of been in that trend of, consolidating a little bit and then rallying again. Now, if that trend is going to continue, it's hard to say. But again, it's always good to see these 3 moving averages, the 50-day, 128-day, and the 200-day all on top of one another. So showing continued bullish action, but again, we'll have to see what happens in the future. And if you're looking to buy, potentially look at around this 5,500 support. If we fall through there, possibly the other support isn't really looking too strong until about 5,100 to 5,000. So again, just some levels to look out for if you're looking to buy or to sell once it reaches 5,800 resistance again. But again, not investment advice, just my opinion. So first article I want to talk about is an interesting one, actually, and it's by Crypto Coin News. Came out today, and it says the Winklevoss twins are giving away 1 Bitcoin after Tron's Tesla fail. So as you know, the Winklevoss twins are strong proponents of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They have their own crypto exchange called the Gemini Exchange, which is regulated, and they do have their own stable coin as well. So which that is seen as regulated as well. So the government likes them because they're working with them a lot and, following all the regulations and the laws. And I do think, it's good that they are spreading awareness of cryptocurrencies. And one of the recent things they're doing, it says, this is from their Twitter. It says, let's play a game. Spot the Gemini crypto bus. Reply to this tweet with your picks. And the best one wins 1 Bitcoin. So as you know, Bitcoin's, around $5,700. And for a person to win 1 Bitcoin, that's going to create a lot of stir, not only in the crypto community, but also outside the community as well, because everyone loves free money. Now you can see here, a person has already, tweeted that, and you can see it looks what the bus looks like, crypto without chaos, and it has the Gemini logo. So they actually mentioned they're going to be in San Francisco, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. if you're looking for them. And basically what happened with Tron was doing the same giveaway, but it was for a Tesla. And what happened was they ended up direct messaging someone that they won the Tesla, but it wasn't as much publicity as they wanted. So they redid the results and ended up choosing a different person. But then they eventually decided to give away 2 Teslas because there's a lot of backlash. Like, hey, you already chose a winner. Why are you trying to choose a different one? So again, that was kind of a botched giveaway. But Gemini Exchange, I think they're going to have this giveaway on point. And again, this is great because it just creates more awareness and creates that hype factor that we had in 2017. So it possibly could be another catalyst as to more investors coming into the community. So definitely good to see. And the Gemini giveaway ends on May 11th. So again, there's still some time for that. If you do end up seeing this bus, you could potentially win 1 Bitcoin. So Next article is going to be by Toshi Times, and it says Bitfinex marketing document reveals plans to raise up to $1 billion in IEO token sale. So as you know, Bitfinex had a lot of controversy with the $850 million of the quote-unquote Tether scandal, basically covering that $850 million loss with Tether, in which it wasn't really a loss. It was funds that were seized by the government and funds they weren't able to get back yet. And basically now they're doing a token sale of $1 billion to actually help cover that $850 million cost. And again, this is something that I would not be invested in. Basically, they're planning a LEO token sale. And again, it's not going to be available to Canada and US customers, but it's basically like a Binance token. I mean, they're going to give, decreased lending fee reduction. They're basically going to give decreased withdrawal fee discounts as well as decreased derivative fees. So again, they're trying to make it like Binance token, but again, a company like Bitfinex, I mean, even if I could buy the token, I wouldn't really want to, because they have so much FUD recently, because there is a lot of controversy with them. And if you're holding the token, potentially that could be a lot of losses if you get caught in a FUD article that's published about them. So that's one of the only things that is my gripe with that. I mean, more power to them, trying to get money back. But again, I think that with everything going around with Bitfinex, I would not want to touch a token that's backed by them right now, just because of all the controversy. So I'm sure they mean well. And again, more power to them. Hope everything works out. But just one of the things to keep in mind when you're dealing with an exchange that has a lot of stuff going around with it right now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this token sale. And again, whenever they do end up offering it, how it does. And it says the tokens will be issued by Uniced LEO Limited, which is another company owned by Bitfinex. So again, we'll have to see what happens with this token sale, and if they are end up to raise the money, and if the FUD actually, withers away and they become reputable again. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But with that, if y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, thanks for watching.